Hey, this is Mr. K, and today we're going to go over the quotient rule for derivatives. So this is sometimes how you'll see it written for the quotient rule, that your d dx, which is just saying your derivative of these two functions that are supposed to have derivatives, they have to be differentiable, f and g, if you're dividing them, that's going to be equal to g times the derivative of f minus f times the derivative of g all over g squared. Another way you might see this is that you might see it as low d high minus high d low all over low squared. It's like a little, you can turn it into like a little song if you want to, like low d high minus high d low all over low squared. Some people have used that, I don't, but it's there if you need it. So the other thing to note is that g can also not be equal to 0. So we can get an example of this. Let's do 3x squared minus 7x plus 5. We'll do all over, we'll say 4x squared plus 1. So if this is my original function, then if I want to find the derivative of that function, I'm going to take my low, so my 4x squared plus 1, d high, so the derivative of the top, so that's going to be 6x minus 7, and that's going to just be the first part. I'm going to subtract my high, so my 3x squared minus 7x plus 5, d low, so the derivative of the denominator, so that's going to be just 8x, and this is all divided by my low squared, so that's going to be 4x squared plus 1, and then just make sure that quantity is squared. And that's it. Some teachers may have you simplify this, so if you were to simplify it, you'd have to FOIL the left side here, you'd have to distribute this 8x on the right side, and if you had to, you could FOIL out the denominator as well. I don't think that's necessary, but if you had to do that, if I'm going to FOIL out this top part, you're going to get 4x squared times 6x is going to be 24x to the third. You'll have minus 28x squared plus 6x minus 7, and then over here we'll subtract. It'll be 24x to the third. It'll be plus, because this is subtraction, but when we distribute that it'll become positive. So plus 56x squared plus, minus 40x, and that would all be divided by, again, if we're going to FOIL all that out, it would be 16x to the fourth plus 8x squared plus 1. And then you could go through and combine like terms, and so it looks like x cubes cancel out, and you'd be left with, let's see, that would be 28x squared. That'll be minus 34x minus 7. That's all divided by 16x to the fourth plus 8x squared plus 1. Again, I don't think that's necessary, but if you had to do it, that's how you do it. So thanks so much. Have a great day.